Hello friends, welcome to Tech Physics. So today we are going to start a new lecture series on scalars and vectors. So today we are going to see scalars and their examples, scalar operations, vectors and their examples, and some properties of vectors. As vector is very new topic for us, we'll study the properties of vectors too. So let us start with our today's lecture. But before that, if you have not seen our previous lecture that is based on units and measurement, which is starting of our basics, then you should watch it. And you can watch it from here, and the link of playlist is also in description. So you can watch that playlist and learn the units and measurements. So let us start with our today's lecture. So once Sam was going down a street. So Sam was there, okay, and he was going somewhere, and he somehow forgot his way, that where he had to go. So he was thinking that where to go. He forgot his way, okay, and then he asked someone about the address. So he asked a man that where is that address. So he replied that take two more steps. But Sam was still confused because he was still unable to get his way. Okay. Then he asked this to another man. Now this man replied that take more steps towards the north. So here these more steps, but in north, made these things very clear to him, and he was very happy. So this time Sam understood everything and he got the way he wanted to go. Okay. So what we saw in these two examples. So in the first case, the man said only about the magnitude, that is 25 steps. So he only said that you have to go 25 steps, but didn't say where to go. But in the second case, the man who was there, he said take 25 steps towards the north. Okay. So here he has described or specified the direction, that where to go, and that's why Sam got his way. Okay. From here we understood that some things requires magnitude as well as directions, that is not only numbers but direction too, that go ahead, go backward, go left, go right, go north, go south, go east, go west, wherever. Okay. So these kind of quantities are called as vector quantities, and some quantities do not require the directions for their description, and such quantities are called as scalars. So here comes vectors and scalars. Okay, let us see about vectors and scalars in detail. Okay, so let us see in detail about scalars and vectors. So scalars, when a physical quantity is completely described by a single number, that is magnitude only, it is called as scalar quantity. So whenever we can describe anything by a number only, that is magnitude, that is 25 meter, 50 meter, 30 centimeter, whatever it is. So like I have said about length. Okay, so here that will be scalar quantity. Always remember that will be scalar quantity. Fine. For example, distance, speed, mass, volume, etc. And always remember, don't confuse between distance and displacement, because displacement is vector quantity. There, the direction always matters, because the definition of displacement says displacement is shortest possible distance between initial point and the final point. So it will be going to be a different thing. Okay, so that's why we keep the displacement in vector quantities. So scalar operations, yeah, because we are learning scalar, so we should also know that how to operate on them. Okay, so we can operate them as similar as we operate the normal algebraic operations. Okay, so like 2 plus 3 is 5, 3 minus 2 is 1, 3 into 2 is 6, and 4 divided by 2 is 2. So, so in this way you will be very clear that these are nothing but same as normal algebraic operation. So nothing to worry about. Here comes vectors. When a physical quantity requires magnitude and direction both to describe, so here requires magnitude and direction both. So such quantities are called as vector quantities. For example, displacement, velocity, acceleration, force, etc. So I have already told you why displacement is coming in the category of vector quantities. And we denote vector symbols in boldface italic or using an overhead bar. Okay, so we always use these things to denote that we are writing the vectors. Okay, so for example, if I have to show the displacement, okay, then I write this S or this S bar. Okay, you can see this is bold and italic, and this one is having overhead bar. Now let us see some properties of vectors. Okay, as I have already told, because we are very much new for this topic, so we will first see the properties of vectors. So the first property is, when we draw vectors as in the form of line, we put an arrowhead at its tip, and length of a line shows magnitude of a vector, whereas the arrowhead at its tip shows the direction of a vector. Okay, so here comes, like, this is a vector, okay, and I am giving its name as a bar. Okay, as it is a vector, so bar will be there. Okay, so this line is nothing but showing a vector. Okay, and the length of this line is showing the magnitude of vector a bar, and this arrow is showing the direction of vector a bar. That's all. Let us see the another property. So if two vectors have the same direction, then they are parallel vectors. Let us say I have a vector a bar and another vector is b bar. If they both are having same directions, as you can see both are having same directions, then we will say that the vector a bar and b bar are parallel vectors. So let us go to the another property. Two vectors have the same magnitude and same direction. Okay, so they are having same magnitude and same direction too. Okay, so let us see, I have a vector a bar and this is my vector b bar. Okay, so here vector a bar and b bar are having same magnitude and the directions are also same, so we'll say them that they both are equal vectors. And also, no matter where they are located in the space. So let us suppose if b bar would have been here, okay, then what? Then also it would be parallel vector. Why? Because here also a bar and b bar are having equal magnitude, only the location has changed. So that's why we can say that it doesn't matter where they are located in the space, but they should only be having same magnitude and same direction. So here we can say that a bar is equals to b bar. Understood? Let us go ahead. So if two vectors have the same magnitude but opposite direction, okay, they are having same magnitude but the directions are opposite, then they are called as negative vectors. Okay, for example, I have a bar like this and b bar like this. Okay, so you can see that both are having same magnitude but the directions are opposite. Okay, so that's why we'll say here that a bar is equals to minus b bar or b bar is equals to minus a bar, because they both are having opposite direction. Now the last property is, the magnitude of vector quantity will always be a scalar quantity. Always remember, if you are taking a magnitude of vector quantity, that will be a scalar quantity. And If I want to write a bar in terms of its magnitude, then I write magnitude of a bar as mod of a. Okay, so this is all. And as vector operation takes quite good amount of time to learn, so that's why we'll take it in our next lecture. And let us take a small revision of whatever we have done. So scalars. When a physical quantity is completely described by a single number, that is magnitude only, so magnitude only, it is called as scalar quantity. Examples are distance, speed, mass, volume, etc. Vector quantity. When a physical quantity requires magnitude and direction both for their description, then they are called as vector quantities. Examples are displacement, velocity, acceleration, force, etc. Okay, always remember vectors are shown by overhead bar if we have to represent it symbolically. Okay, or written as bold and italic. Okay, now let us see some properties. So when we draw vectors as in the form of line, we put an arrowhead at its tip. Okay, length of a line shows magnitude and tip shows what? Direction. If two vectors have the same direction, then they are parallel vectors. Okay, so vectors having same direction will be parallel vectors. Got it? And if two vectors have the same magnitude and same direction both, okay, they are having same magnitude and same direction too, then they will be called as equal vectors. Okay, if two vectors have the same magnitude but the opposite direction, okay, so vectors are having same magnitude but directions are opposite, then they will be called as negative vectors. Okay, negative vectors. And finally, the magnitude of vector quantity will always be a scalar quantity. Always remember that the magnitude of a vector quantity, that is magnitude of a vector quantity, will always be a scalar quantity. So this is all for today. And finally, if you like this, please like my video, share my video and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.